Hi there, good morning and welcome to our mornings on the 20th of April. And you know, it's the most beautiful, beautiful day today. I'd really like to introduce to you Mark Taylor, that we have to curb immigration and that we can't just have this open door policy.
It's what's not being said there, because what's being said is, yes, we're going to try and look at the numbers,
sure,
but it's of non-EU people. That's the difference.
Okay.
And yes, I accept that the current government, the coalition, is trying to look at reducing the numbers, but that is of non-EU people. The reality is we don't have a say unless we get out of the EU. That's what we must do.
Mark, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Danny. Actually, I'm more interested to hear a bit more about your old bed, but nevertheless...
Why, do you want to buy it?
No, that's okay. Sell your bed and perhaps we can use the funds towards HS2.
OK, are you pro-HS2, anti it?
I'm against it. This is clearly a government who seem more interested in ensuring the business elite can move from one destination to another just a few minutes faster than before. And yet they don't seem concerned about the effects of cutbacks that are affecting essential services for people here in Coventry, those on lower income.
Let me talk to Mark Taylor. Hello, Mark.
Good afternoon, Bob.
Have you got a question for Ed?
I certainly have. Good afternoon,
Hi,
Ed.
Mark. How are you?
I'm okay. Your Labour government of the time was considering giving a grant to Peugeot, but the European Union would not allow the UK to directly fund Peugeot. The factory in Brighton-on-Dunsmore, that's in southwest Coventry, was closed, and much of Peugeot's manufacturing was moved to Slovakia. Why? Because the European Union gave a massive grant to Slovakia. The government cannot back such companies due to European procurement rules. Ed, if you really are patriotic, do the decent thing. Tell Europe where to get off and back British businesses here in Coventry.
Well, look, Mark, I think you've made a really smart point. Let me be honest with you. You've made a really smart point. We've been tied up in the bureaucracy of the rules on procurement, i.e. what government buys, for too long. Now, I think that you may be right about some of the European Union rules.
Is it not fair that you face charges, and if you break the law, when in Rome, do as the Romans do?
If you're caught there, I would say, hard luck. You probably didn't know it was the law. But these guys have come back to this country, and now they're being chased after they've said to have done something overseas.
This programme is helpful because this is educating, hopefully, people in realising the consequences, again, of being part of the European Union. We've lost our ability as a country to keep our system that we've had for years.
I wish you four were heading up our country. There you go. There's somebody there.
5 million against and 2 for.
It's a party that, to me, previously went on a magnificent overspend in recent years, contributing very much to the current situation. The whole Labour project, perhaps seen by many over years as a party that may be speaking up for the poor, has lost its credibility. A party political slug that slowly moves across the lawn, leaving a trail of bad debt.
How long have you been a member of the Conservative Party?
I haven't been a member of the Conservative Party. No, I'm with UKIP.
OK.
Clearly there is a very thin line where some folk on benefit can, and indeed often do, depending on their personal circumstances, end up with slightly more money than someone who is working. And this is just not acceptable. The UKIP flat tax policy would certainly help those on lower incomes by allowing people to earn more before they are taxed. We have to break that threshold where certain individuals say it's not worth going to work.
Once we've received money, we must then fly the European flag. That particular organisation must fly the European flag over its offices and buildings. And if we don't, we are fined. And we have been. They're telling us what to do. A quick example, National Museum of Labour History in Manchester was fined over £7,000 for failing to put a Brussels logo on a billboard. Doncaster Council was hit for £5,250 for failure to advertise the ERDF support during a radio advert. It's an issue where we're being told what to do. We are losing control of our sovereignty. We need to ask the people of this country, do you want to be governed by Europe? And I suspect the majority of people don't want it.
Thank you very much indeed, Mark. Good to hear your views. Although I kind of knew what Mark's views would have been, but thank you very much indeed for making it a lot clearer.